from college football, USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten. Starting in 2024, the vote was unanimous when Big Ten presidents and chancellors met last night. That's not a surprise. And if you're thinking that this sounds like a lot of travel getting from SoCal to the rest of the schools in the Big Ten, you get an A in geography, because take a look at this map tweeted out by Field Yates. Just for some perspective, let's say you're at Rutgers and you want to fly all the way to SoCal, or you have to. That is a longer flight than actually flying from New York to Iceland. So think about that as Heather Dinich and Paul Fenbaum joins us now for more on this seismic shift. And Heather, as Paul is chuckling there at the notion of all of this travel and what it means, first of all, tell us how this all came down and why.
Hannah, USC and UCLA reached out to the Big Ten about this possibility, and they're not the only ones paying attention to this. Every athletic director and university president from coast to coast is watching as the Big Ten and the SEC separate themselves as the largest and wealthiest conferences in the country. The Big Ten is on the brink of what is reportedly going to be a $1 billion TV deal that could pay its schools upwards of $100 million annually per school. So for USC and UCLA, this is about following the money and best positioning not only their football programs, but their Olympic sports programs as well financially for the future. UCLA athletic director Martin Jarman texted me last night, and he said, "We cannot afford to stand still."
There you go. There you go. It's all about show me the money. Paul, what are your thoughts about this on the heels of what we've seen from the SEC?
Yeah, sometimes I'm wondering, Hannah, whether I'm watching college sports or I'm inside the boardroom at Goldman Sachs, because there really is not much difference when we talk about billions of dollars. And all this was predicated a year ago when Oklahoma and Texas bolted the Big 12 for the SEC. It left the Big Ten in a very vulnerable position for a proud league. And they looked around and they got the call that they needed. They've always wanted Notre Dame. We'll get to that in a minute. But they got the call from Southern Cal, which is on the same plane. There are very few schools in college football history that rank near or above Southern Cal. And the Trojans were languishing in the Pac-12, which really doesn't have much going for it. They have a conference network that has been struggling. Their network affiliations are not very good. They can't get in the college football playoff. And now they have a landing spot, and this happens very quickly in 2 years. And it really puts every school that matters in college football in play, and that's what's happening today. It's athletic directors scrambling literally for their existence.
Yeah, the question is, too, where do we go from here? I mean, really, are we headed to 2 super conferences? Perhaps how many teams are going to be involved? Kirk Herbstreit has some thoughts about that. I want to play you what he said on SportsCenter and get your reaction.
I think that's where this thing, when the dust settles, that's where we're going to be. With about 50 to 55 teams, half of them in the Big Ten, half of them in the SEC. For simplifying it, think AFC, NFC, and the NFL. You're going to have that for Saturdays. You're going to have 3 divisions, West, Middle, and East, or South, and that's what it's going to be.
Paul, do you see college football going this way?
Yeah, Hannah, I don't think it can go that large, because it's right now it's hard for anyone outside of about 10 schools to keep up with the Alabamas and the Ohio States and the Georgias and the Clemsons of the world. So I think it's a little bit different. Right now you have a 14-school conference. It's about to go to 16 in the SEC and the Big Ten. I think the number to keep your eye on is 20 for the Big Ten and 20 for the SEC. 18 just doesn't seem big enough. And what does that do? That puts a lot of really good schools in play already in the Pac-12. You have Oregon and Washington probably looking to join the 2 LA schools. The ACC is really intriguing. You have Clemson, which is the big dog in the ACC, and I think they want out, and they probably could be joined perhaps by North Carolina, which is very valuable. And then, Hannah, there is Notre Dame.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.